He's got it, wants to throw. Wentz looks, pressure comes. Wentz hit, sack, back inside the 20. Aiden Hutchinson, that's number 2.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Big D Pod. This is episode 28, where we talk all things Detroit sports. Got a lot of activity in all different kinds of leagues recently. Apologize for the hiatus last week. I was in Europe, so kind of hard to do some stuff with the time change, and I was busy and tired and whatever. So bunch of excuses, but a lot of posts on TikTok, so check those out. Some of them pretty funny. I was getting flamed for one of them 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, because
I was getting flamed in the comments.
Buddy posted our Red Wings post about being the best offense. We're on a 6-game losing streak.
I wanted to see. I wanted to get that engagement, and it kind of worked. So, W. One today is pretty good too. So, check those out over there on motown.madness. And yeah, that's all I got. Nice. See you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, Caleb's tired, not feeling well.
I think my voice sounds. I don't know if it sounds different over the mic, but it's different in real life.
It sounds a little different over the mic.
Okay, yeah, it's like a little bit nasally.
But he's still got the I don't remember what it's called when you go on a plane and
jet lag.
Yeah, but he's still got jet lag.
A little bit. No, I'm not even tired anymore, but it's just I got really nasally and whatever. Yeah. But my voice hasn't changed as much as Tyrese Halliburton's does during interviews, so I'll take that.
True. You know, that is true. But he's got 4 different voices, I swear.
And it just naturally, it's crazy.
And it's like he's talking about one thing and doesn't even stop talking, and his voice changes.
Yeah, I don't know how it's possible. Wow. I don't understand it.
But in this podcast, we'll be talking about NFL free agency. We'll be hitting the Lions, Red Wings, Tigers, and then Pistons. So, pretty normal podcast with NFL free agency. Yeah, sorry about the break. I was going to film a podcast by myself, but then I'm like, it just wouldn't be the same. And I golfed pretty much every single day last week, so kind of got busy.
And he's still bad.
And I got a new driver. Let me tell you, almost drove a green yesterday with it.
Was it a par 3?
No, par 4. 284 yard par 4, but par 4.
Hey, it's still
had a 280 yard drive. That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, there's a lot going on in the world and the sports world. There's just a lot going on right now. Yeah, we got to mention a little bit about NFL free agency.
Time out, real quick. You said there's a lot going on in the world of sports. Can we talk about how Aaron Rodgers might become our vice president?
Yeah, and how TikTok might get banned, and it's nuts.
TikTok might get banned every year. We're used to that at this point. But Aaron Rodgers being the vice president?
Yeah, I saw a video that KennedyRogers.com or whatever has been taken as a domain name, and it's just I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Yeah, and also the 7th Floor Crew is making a comeback.
The what?
You don't know about the 7th Floor Crew?
What is the 7th Floor Crew?
G-Reg. Good old Greg.
My God, I forgot that they're with their name. Yeah, no, that's. I wonder what if Fox is gonna do anything. I don't know.
No, they already got punished for it when they were on Miami. I don't think Fox is gonna do anything because Fox already knew. Like
they should already know
when he was in college. They already knew about it, so it's kind of funny.
That's a sick song. Anyways, speaking of the NFL, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about free agency. Just the fact that it's absolutely bonkers. And Ben's face cam is dead, and the one aspect I want to talk about is the running backs, especially in the NFC North. We were talking about this the other day about how we have a former Bears running back. The Packers, they just gave their running back away for a bag of chips, and now he's sign. I mean, it's just we're all trading running backs. He signed with the Vikings. I mean, and the Bears have DeAndre Swift, who used to be a Lions running. I mean, it's just we're all just passing them along. It's a little NFC North running back carousel. Speaking of DeAndre Swift, that's got to be an overpay, right? Like,
I didn't even see what his contract was.
Let me look it up. So right now, this puts him at the 7th highest AAV contract. So he's making $8 million a year, and that's 7th highest in the league. And I was just kind of like messing around like on this contract site and stuff and just looking at all the different kind of contracts, and some of them are hilarious. Like guys like Mark Ingram and Ezekiel Elliott are making more than like Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Cam Akers, James Cook.
Because they're still on their rookie contracts.
Like but it's just but like even like AJ Dillon and stuff, like it's just weird. Like
AJ Dillon, I thought was going to be so good, but he did not prove anything last year.
I'm surprised that the Packers really just went all out at running back. I thought when they got rid of Aaron Jones, they're like, oh, okay, here's AJ Dillon's season. Because he never really got like a true shot.
Yeah. Well, they signed Josh Jacobs before they got rid of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm surprised that they did that. I'm surprised I thought that they would.
I don't know. Josh Jacobs in the NFC North is going to be scary. It's a scary sight to
I'm
see.
a little terrified. But I feel like in my mind, Josh Jacobs and AJ Dillon are like very comparable running backs in like how they run the ball, where it's just kind of ground and pound. And so I feel like usually you kind of want a mix. Like the Lions have a nice mix where David Montgomery is kind of ground and pound and Gibbs is kind of shifty, and bunch of teams are like that, but they just got pretty much two just quadzillas. Yeah. But we'll see how it works. I'm sure they'll be fine. And I'm sure they're going to be scary.
Speaking of the NFC North too, the Vikings are without a quarterback right now. The Vikings
That's not true.
Best quarterback on they got Sam Darnold now.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to be the bridge quarterback, so that's terrifying.
I'm sorry to all you Vikings fans. I really am.
Yeah, literally led the division 2 years ago, and now you're most definitely taking last. Like, there's no way you don't take last.
The Bears, I'm sorry about
Bears
it.
are cooking.
Bears offseason so far, they're cooking.
And the Packers are cooking too.
The Vikings have been cooking too, but
they actually had a decent. I saw some offseason or some free agency grades, and the Vikings had like the 4th best grade. Like, I don't really know how when they lose Kirk and Danielle Hunter, and they're probably also losing Justin Jefferson, it sounds like.
Yeah. Dude, if he goes to the Bengals, bro, oh my God.
But they're going to get a haul for Justin Jefferson, so maybe that's not a bad move.
If I watch, they're 100% getting T. Higgins. 100% getting T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Because T. Higgins requested a trade, and that's like one of the main reasons people are saying it might happen. But like, if I see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson on the same team again, bro. Do you remember that college team? Do you remember what they did?
Not as good as Michigan last year. Just saying.
That's true. We had more people go to the draft combine.
No, that team was nasty. But yeah, let's talk about the Lions, though. Enough of this Bears, Packers, Vikings talk. Let's talk about the Lions. So the Lions have had a mediocrely busy free agency. Like, I think they've done enough so far where I'm content. I'm happy with what they've done.
I'm content. Very.
At least out of house, in house, I want to see some more stuff, which we'll talk about at the end of that segment. But first, let's talk about some in-house transactions. So I believe the last one we talked about was Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I think we talked about him last episode, which was 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we talked about that. Yes. But I also want to shout out Jalen Reeves-Maybin for his huge accomplishment that he just had. Being named president of the NFL Players Association is so sweet. Like, that's one player in the entire league you pick, and it's usually a guy, leadership, locker room kind of guy who's got a bunch of respect across the league. So it's really cool to see. You know, he doesn't
Campbell type of guy right there.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't necessarily fill up the stat sheet, but he does everything else well. And so it's good to see that everyone else notices that as well. Next, Emmanuel Mosley re-signed back for 1 year, $2.875 million, which is what?
Desmond Ridder just got traded to the Arizona Cardinals?
Wow, they're going to be mid.
Are they out on Kyler?
There's no way.
Their two quarterbacks are Kyler Murray and Desmond Ridder.
Yeah. We got family in Arizona, and I'm sorry for them because they are experiencing the downfall of the Cardinals. Anyways, that wasn't that blockbustery. Really, it doesn't matter.
I kind of want to know what.
Probably seriously like a 6th or 5th rounder. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way they got anything good.
A couple of the Lions people that I follow, though, just tweeted out that there's big new Lions news coming.
All right, so we'll wait for that for this episode.
Apparently.
It could be DJ Reader. It could be DJ Reader because I know he's visiting today. So that's probably what it is, I'm assuming, which is sick. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Emmanuel Mosley's back this year. I think we saw him in 2-3 games last year?
No, not even. It was his first snap.
Was it?
It was his first or second snap. He blew out his ACL.
Yeah, so got him back for cheap. We'll take it, honestly. I think he'll be a good cornerback 2 or 3 for sure. He was supposed to be our cornerback 1 this year, and we never saw him. So Next, Brock Wright re-signed 1 year, $2.985 million. I love to see that. I'm a big Brock Wright guy. Never mind. Graham Glasgow's back, 3 years, $20 million. I love this deal. I think this is an absolute steal. Like, I think he's 30, so he might be 33 or 32 when his contract's up. So he's still kind of in the prime guard age range-ish. Like, he's not going to deteriorate much. And we need that help after losing Jonah Jackson, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, 3 years, $20 million. I think that's a steal. Like, I think he could have easily gone $10 million each year. But we got him for just under 7, which is sick. Next, Dan Skipper's back for 1 year. The money hasn't been released yet, at least as of this morning. I doubt it's much, but it won't be that effective to anything. So, and also, speaking of money, shout out John Kaminsky. Took a $2.1 million pay cut just to stay on the team. That's that mentality we're looking for.
That's what you expect to see from championship winning teams is players taking pay cuts to build a better team around you.
He knows what his role is. He knows he's going to be that fifth lineman. He's going to be the fifth lineman kind of. And so that'll be sweet. I'm excited to see him back. And this morning, big news, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell signed extensions through the 2027 season. I saw the meeting where they came out of the meeting. They're all cheering and hugging, so that was sweet to see. And kind of took the news this morning in the NFL, and I've seen so many positive comments, and anything negative is just being absolutely shot down by everybody else, and it's so sweet to see. Even non-Lions fans.
Also, our vice executive president or something like that, too, is... I don't remember. There was another person that was signed through 2027.
I know. I saw Chris Spielman was also through 2027. But I don't know what his role. I think he's like assistant to the GM or something. So I don't really know what he is. But,
I don't know.
He's a big Lion, so like that's cool to see. Now, guys who did not re-sign with the Lions and are on other teams or unrestricted free agents now. First of all, I'm going to talk about Jerry Jacobs got released. See ya. Have fun. Go somewhere else. Don't care. CJ Gardner-Johnson. This is a weird one because, number one, he signed for $11 million a year. Now, for a dude who didn't play like hardly anything last year and is signed for $11 million a year is nuts. Is crazy.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, in the short stint he did play, wasn't too impressive.
Mid. In the red zone, he was good. I will say, in the red zone against the Rams, he played really, really well.
Yeah,
that was it. That's the only thing I saw.
Yeah, he got his lollipop interceptions. He's blown up like 2 runs I saw. It was funny. I was like, I'm going to miss CJ Gardner-Johnson. Then I swiped to the next video, and it was like a highlight reel of him for the Lions, and it was like 8 seconds long. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
So
it's like Aaron Rodgers' highlight.
Yeah.
Him carrying out the flag last year.
I'm not dissing him or anything, but I don't know. He always kind of gave me a weird vibe, and I kind of like went along with it for a while. But I don't really know if he fits the.
It's so funny to me because if CJ Gardner Johnson streams on Twitch, and during one of his Twitch streams last year as a Lion, someone donated and asked him, what is the, what did you hate about Philly the most or something like that? And he literally goes, oh, I hated the fans the most.
I don't.
And then Buddy is back on the Eagles.
Yeah, and then I saw him comment on, I think it was an Instagram post by Bleacher Report or something, and he goes, come on, guys, we're over that or something. I'm like, dude, that is not how this works.
No.
Kerry Carpenter just went yard.
Yeah, it just popped up on me, too.
Let's go. He's been struggling.
Terry
I'm going to talk about him.
Bones.
I'm going to talk about him, too, because he's been absolute utter cheeks in spring training, but we'll talk about him later. Jonah Jackson.
Who's been utter cheeks.
Jonah Jackson also did not resign, and he went to the Rams 3 years for $51 million. We were not going to pay that. I promise you that. For a dude who played 12 games last year, I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it. He's been very injury prone.
Yeah.
Since he's joined the Lions. Too much money. And Glasnow isn't... Jonah Jackson is better than Glasnow. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But Glasnow isn't much worse than what Jonah Jackson is. And I think Graham Glasnow is more reliable than Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
So,
I like Glasgow better.
For $31 million
price,
less.
For this price. Yeah. I totally agree. 31 million is crazy that you kind of saved, honestly, over 3 years. So that's sweet. I talked about Jerry Jacobs. Now, some out-of-house moves the Lions made that I'm in love with every single one of them. Well, sort of. Marcus Davenport's a little iffy, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about him first, right? We signed him for 1 year, $6.5 million. Now, last year he played 2 games because he was hurt all year. So we're kind of taking a chance on a guy who actually played well in those 2 games and has actually had a pretty decent career. He's just been very injury prone. Spent most of his career with the Saints, and then last year went to the Vikings for those 2 games. The Vikings said, nope, we don't need you anymore. Not signing you. And so he is now with the Lions. 27-year-old guy, drafted in 2018. But in those 2 games he played, 7 tackles and 2 sacks. So he still gets active, still gets after it. So this is kind of a lottery pick. Like, we'll see. Like, you could be throwing away $6 million if it gets injured, or if he's just not good anymore, if the injury hurt him. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of one of the first ones we heard about, and so we were kind of excited about that. I'm going to skip the next guy and go to the other guy, Amik Robertson. We just signed him 2 days ago. 2 years. So we got it for 2 years locked up, $9.25 million. There's not a whole lot of data around this guy because he kind of was like a second or third string corner in Las Vegas. But what we do know is Max Crosby reacted to it, and he said that he's very sad to see him go, and he knows he's kind of a dog. Now, is Max Crosby saying that because he wants to be a Lion? Probably, because he's always interacting with the Lions transactions and everything. It's hilarious. Ever since he came to Detroit last year, I feel like there's just part of me that thinks he wants to be a Lion so bad.
Yeah, 100%. No, I really do think that there's a chance that when Max Crosby becomes, because this is the last year of his contract, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's why he was a big trade guy. Yeah,
I have a strong feeling that Max Crosby may be a Detroit Lion.
That would be so sweet. Imagine. But yeah, Amik Robertson, 25-year-old guy, drafted in 2020, round 4. A little bit of a smaller corner, but that's fine. He had 2 interceptions last year. But the big thing for me about Amik Robertson is he played in all 17 games of the Raiders season, and that's crucial. We've had so many cornerback injuries, man, which means that we had guys like Kendall Vildor trying to guard Deebo Samuel in the NFC Championship, and I don't want that to happen anymore.
And I wanted to throw my head through a brick wall.
Yes. So hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. Hopefully it's other guys. And Amik Robertson is going to be one of those. I think he could be a sneaky good cornerback 3, maybe CB2 if he really steps up. I don't know. still could be a lot of,
You know what kind of surprises me? Very much so. Speaking of cornerbacks and free agency, how has Cam Sutton not been signed yet? He was a cornerback 1 last year, man.
Yeah, big CB1.
Like,
why? I'm confused. Why do you think he needs to be signed?
what isn't he?
No, he's still on contract.
Oh, I thought he was a free agent.
No, we still have him for like 2 more years.
Oh God!
Yeah, we signed him last year. We signed him last year.
I know, but I thought we signed him on a 1-year deal.
No, 3 years. It was a big deal. I actually don't mind Cam Sutton. I just think that he got put in a really bad situation trying to be cornerback 1. And I'll talk about him in a second because
I'll give Cam Sutton 1 more year.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about him in a second. But next, and the big signing for Lions is Carlton Davis. Got him on his. Actually, we made a trade. We didn't sign him. We made a trade for him. But he's got 1 year left on his deal. $14 million is that deal. Now he deserves it. He's one of the best corners in the league, especially in man coverage. Has been for a few years now. And I'm excited for him to be a lineman. I think this is exactly the guy that we needed. Now, he only played 12 games last year, played both playoff games. So I do know he gets a little injury prone sometimes. He is a little bit of a big corner, so that happens. But last year, from what I have seen, and I don't know if this is true, I didn't verify it, he is second in the league last year in 2023 in passer rating against in man coverage.
I saw that. I did see that.
The first one was L'Jarius Sneed, who's also a free agent. Or did he franchise tag? I don't remember. I think he franchise tagged. And Carlton Davis was number 2. And then I saw Cam Sutton was way down the list, like 30, 34 points down. Yeah. So, yeah.
And then also in the last 4 years or something like that, it was either 4 or 5 years. I don't know how many years, because he's 5th. He's 5th in pass deflection in like the last 3 to 5 years or something like that. 5th in pass deflections.
Okay. I saw he didn't have a whole lot last year, so I was kind of wondering about that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just lock up your guy. He did say, I saw his interview with the Lions, or he did a press conference after he signed, and the one thing that he says he does well is take out, or that he wants to do is just take out half the field. Make someone not even try to throw it his way. And that's what he says he wants to be good at, and I'm down for it. And I was kind of doing some investigating, just like in cornerbacks in general, and like PFF grades and all this stuff. And then we got into this passer rating allowed and stuff. And I stumbled upon an article last year written before the season. And it tells you the top 10 cornerbacks in passer rating allowed. Now, this is before last year. So this has been after 2022, before 2023. Just going through the names. Number 1, James Bradbury, kind of expect it. Number 2, J.C. Horn, kind of expect it. 3, Sauce Gardner, you really expect that. 4, Alontae Taylor, kind of a sneaky good corner for the Saints. He's been good. He was good last year too.
He was.
5, Jair Alexander, you expect that. 6, Cameron Sutton. Moving on. Number 7, Tariq Woolen. Expect it. Number 8, Marlon Humphrey. You totally expect it. Number 9, Levi Wallace. I actually love Levi Wallace. I think he's a really underrated corner for the Steelers. And number 10, Jerry Jacobs. So can you really expect, or can you really blame Brad Holmes for what happened last year? Because if I looked at this article, if I'm Brad Holmes, I looked at this article 2 years ago, I'm thinking we're set in the secondary. We got those 2 guys and Mosley. We're chilling. So I can't even blame Brad.
I don't even know where my pen went, but my God, what?
I stumbled upon that article and I literally was dying laughing looking at it. I was like, no wonder we thought we were chilling in the secondary.
No wonder we thought our secondary was the best in the league.
Yeah, throw Kirby Joseph back there with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Tracy Walker backing up. That's the best secondary in the league, and then all went to garbage. So yeah,
Well,
those.
I might not. Well, Caleb might not have any notes for this podcast because who knows where my pen went.
All right, I guess I'll grab mine. Yeah, that's all of our moves we made. But I want to kind of get into a segment here where I'm going to name you guys that have expiring contracts in 2025. Okay? And I want you to tell me if we should try to extend them now, or if we should wait, or if we should just not look to re-sign them when the time comes. Now, why extend early? Well, it's kind of that that Braves kind of mindset where if you get them younger and cheaper or whatever. But yeah, okay. Expiring contracts in 2025. Should we re-sign now? Look to get a new deal now, later, or never? First off, hot one, Jared Goff.
Next year.
After this year?
After
we should look to re-sign. Okay.
Yes, look to re-sign after this year.
I don't mind that. I think he had a stretch there where he didn't look spectacular. And if that's going to be a theme, we don't want that. So I think he knows that he still has to prove himself a little bit. Next up, Taylor Decker.
This is a tough one for me. I love Taylor Decker, and it's super hard to find good dominant tackles. I'm gonna say this year.
You're gonna say before the season's over, you want to get a deal done?
Before the season's over.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. He's been aligned for a long time. The only thing that I think is I would wait just because I think he's getting up in age.
Yeah, he could retire.
Yeah. I really think that Brad gets another tackle in this draft. And if he pans out, then maybe it's buy Taylor Decker or sign for something cheaper. I don't know. But yeah, okay, next one. These next few kind of get a little bit more difficult. Aleem McNeil.
Aleem McNeil is a guy I think you wait until the season's over unless he's like super, super dominant in like the first part of the season. Then I think you get a deal done.
Okay, so wait a few games, see if the dominance from last year transfers over. I could see that. And these are all chances you take. I mean, everything you do is a risk. Each day goes by is an extra day of risk, you know?
Yep.
And so I kind of see you're going with that. Like, instinctively, I thought, get a deal done now because I think he's going to be dominant next year. But I get what you're saying for sure. Next one, probably very, very similar boat, is Ife Melifonwu.
I want to sign him.
Now?
I love Ife.
Extend him.
And it's so wild, though, because if you
used to dog him. You absolutely used to dog him.
No, his first game starting when everybody was like when Tracy got injured, or was it when Kirby and CJ were injured?
It was when Kirby and CJ were out.
Yeah, when Kirby and CJ were out.
And Brian.
If he started, he looked trash.
Hey, it takes a game.
I absolutely arenaed this dude. That next podcast before the Sunday game, this dude ended up winning Defensive Player of the Week or something like that.
Like 2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have fallen in love with Ife after that first game.
I just love his name too. Like his name is such dude, a guy you just love on your team.
During the NFC Championship game too, anytime I saw Ife on the field, I would dog on him still because he plays better
to make him play better.
On him. But I love Ife.
So you're saying extend him now if we can?
Yeah, I would say extend Ife. I love Ife.
Now, I think here's a pretty obvious one, pretty easy one. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Now.
Please, now.
Please. Get it done before Justin Jefferson. Please. Please.
Yeah, before Jefferson gets traded and then signs a $40 million AAV extension. Yeah. All right. So I think we both agree on that. And then these next few, I think we're probably going to say the same thing. Emmanuel Mosley.
Wait.
I think wait. You know, coming off an injury, you can't take a chance there. James Houston.
Wait,
yeah. See if the injury does anything. Same kind of situation there. And then finally, Derek Barnes. I think you just wait.
I think you wait on Derek Barnes too.
I think
I don't know though, bro. He saved us. He led us to the NFC Championship game. That's
Still,
all
I think you wait. I think you
yeah,
wait.
You wait.
So basically, we said two guys, Iffy and Amon-Ra, is to get deals done now, and I think that's a good. I think you could maybe throw a Lee McNeil in there too.
I think you
just
could
because
throw Liam in there.
Just because with D tackle, I feel like if you're consistent, you're consistent. It's not like it's not like a hot and cold thing where like a corner could be like a hot and cold thing or a D end could be like a hot and cold thing. I think D tackle is kind of, set in stone, middle pack, whatever.
The thing is too with Lee McNeil is he's still super young, and he's I think he's young. He's young, right?
McNeil, I think he's 24. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm like he's still super young. I don't think he's gonna cost that much. I don't think Aleem will cost that much. And he's the run stuffer. He was picking up sacks last year. He almost tripled his total career sacks last year. Yeah. Actually, I think he did. But I will say Aleem McNeil is a guy where it's like it could go either way for Aleem.
I agree. He's not going to get like a Chris Jones contract or anything, but he still could get a decent bag, and I think we should do it now because maybe end of the season he says, "Hey, man, 2 years have been solid. Give me that bag." I don't know. We'll see. Especially what happens with DJ Reader today. We'll see. So we'll keep an eye out on that news if it comes out. Next up, we're done with Lions. Lions, we're done. Next week, hopefully we have a lot more news on other moves and stuff. And then we got the draft coming up real quick, which I think we're going to still.
Yes, 100%. I'm going no matter what.
Okay, so we're going. Got it.
Gotta get an Airbnb pretty quickly, though.
Facts. Before it fills up. Next team is the Red Wings. I don't really want to talk with them because they make me sad.
Get rid of the patch. Just take it off the jersey.
The trash patch?
I don't care how much money you're getting paid to put that stupid patch on those jerseys. We have not won a game since. We are on the longest losing streak we have. We're on the longest losing streak we've been on since 2019 or 2016 or something like that. We can't score goals. We've been shut out twice. Get rid of this stupid patch.
I mean, that's pretty much all I had for the segment is I look at the losing streak and I look at the data and I'm like, this is an anomaly. What's going on? This is the exact opposite of a team that we've been the whole year. What really is going on? And you might be thinking, oh, it's injury. Oh, it's a coaching change. Oh, it's a road stretch. No, Larkin's a little banged up. He's coming back next week, I believe. But that's not going to affect our whole team. Is it really this trash patch?
It really could be Larkin's presence not on the ice because Larkin our first line is so much better when Larkin is on the ice. But
we're getting blown out. They're not even close. These games aren't close. I was praying on this. What was it? Who we just played? The Sabres. I was like, oh, this might be a game where we can win. Sabres aren't that good, and I was kind of praying on whatever. Didn't watch the game. Come back. I was like, oh, 7-2. That's nice.
Yeah. No, I was watching one of the games and it was tied after the first period. It was 2-2 or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. We're doing it's close game, but whatever. End up going somewhere, not watching the second and third. 7-3 is the final score, and I'm like, oh, okay. We had no chance.
Yeah, so in this stretch, the 6-game stretch, which is funny. I think this is a legitimate news piece that we were literally on a 6-game win streak, and then we put this stupid trash patch on, and we're on a 6-game losing streak now. And in this stretch, we've scored 11 goals and given up 32 goals in 6 games. That's an average of over 5 given up, and you're scoring less than 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the stretch too, we're also last in shots given up, so that's awesome. That's just the one stat I put in there. Yeah. Well, I'm depressed now. Should we talk about the Tigers?
Let's talk about the Tigers, and you know who makes us happy on this Tigers team? There's two guys I'm about to name. It is Javier Baez and Max Clark, the greatest Tigers of all time.
Where's the end call button? Hold on. Let the Tigers cook. Riley Green double.
Yeah. Can we real quick talk about how Javier Baez has more RBIs than hits in spring training?
We're going to talk about him in a second. If you
Okay.
could hold off for a second.
I'll hold off.
So I gave an update. I think it was like a week into spring training last podcast. Dang, let the Tigers cook. Hold on. I'm getting distracted now. Casey Mize is shoving. Let's go. Okay. Which he hasn't been, which I'm going to talk about him too. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, I gave an update last week about the first week, and I kind of said this is what the trends are for how we're playing, whatever. It's kind of all been very similar, but at that point, our pitching had been not good. That's since changed, and our hitting is kind of balanced out now, and our pitching is like up here now, so that's a W. But yeah, overall, we're 11-8 in the Grapefruit League, which puts us third in that league out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15.
Yeah, because it's half the league.
Yeah, I'm smart. Only behind the Red Sox and Orioles, which I don't think the Orioles, like, this is the best, like, yeah. I think that the MLB should do a 4-team tournament. Okay, the 2 worst teams in the league that end up, being the worst teams. So probably the White Sox and Rockies, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, the 2 worst teams officially should have to play the the Dodgers minor leaguers and the Orioles minor leaguers. I literally think the minor leaguers might win.
The Orioles? Yes. The Orioles are so good.
I don't
Can
understand.
we talk about how the Dodgers have like 7 catchers that could start in the MLB right now? I swear to God.
Like Diego Cartaya is like their 8th ranked prospect, and he could start like anywhere right now. It's like whatever. Yeah, it's just stupid. It's so dumb. Both those teams have been doing is nuts.
I mean, the Tigers still have like the 5th best ranked farm system or something.
We're cooking.
Like
We're cooking.
We're doing good, but like.
So yeah, Tigers. I'm going to get into their offensive production so far since the start of spring training. 16th in OPS, 18 in runs scored, 3rd in walks, which is huge. Big for the Tigers. 25th in Ks is not good.
I mean, what do you expect when there's a certain player on the team?
Yeah, and 10 home runs. Or 10th in home runs, sorry. So yeah. Now I want to do, and this is totally like, I made this all up. I'm kind of proud of myself. I want to do talk about kind of individuals here, and I'm going to put them in the categories of cheers and fears, and then there's a special category for someone else. Tigers, hold on. Let the Tigers cook. Kerry Carpenter, another ribby.
I have a feeling I know who the special category
We'll get to him in a second. So cheers. So guys that have kind of just like showed out, either playing good and they're starters or really, really well and they're like guys you didn't really expect. First of all, Zach McKinstry, he's been absolutely raking. Got a 1.144 OPS. Hasn't had a ton of at-bats, I mean, compared to guys like Andy Ibanez. But Zach McKinstry, 17 at-bats, 6 hits, 2 extra base hits, whatever. That's a great average. The big thing is 9 walks.
Yeah.
He's walking over 33% of the time.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I will take a guy like that. It's like
get on base guy, man.
Yeah, that's a Moneyball kind of guy right there. Next up, the guy who's kind of been taking the Tigers' social media over, and because he's absolutely been raking, is Andy Ibanez. Dude's got like 6 home runs 4 home runs in the spring training. And
Oh, no, there's another dude taking over the Tiger social media, too, though.
if you say Max Clark, I swear to God.
All right, go on.
Andy Ibanez, kind of like, honestly, that true, like, 4-hole hitter right now. Like, his average is at 286, which is phenomenal for him. But, like, it's compared to the other guys we're talking about, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all power. Like, it's all power. Like, his slugging's at 786. So, like, he's been raking 6 Ks. I think, and we posted our, well, I guess it was mine, but like I asked you about it, our projected starting lineup for the Tigers, what we would do. It might change with some of the stuff I've been looking at, but it's close enough, and I have Andy Ibanez hitting 5th, which I think I could see.
No, Caleb sent me that over, and I agreed. I agree with that starting lineup, but I agreed with it versus right-handed pitchers.
There's a lot of lefties. No, the Tigers have a lot of lefties.
There's no way we have that many lefties in against a left-handed starter.
The thing is a lot of our good hitters are lefties, like Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green. Like, they're not going to take days off. And Cole Keith, they're not going to take days off. So.
Oh, wait, and there's another one.
Stop.
There's another one.
Next up.
I was going to say Jake Rogers because of the Tigers.
Yeah, they put... It actually wasn't the Tigers that did it. It was a It was the other. I don't remember who they were playing at that time. Was it the Red Sox or something?
I don't know.
But their broadcast put Jake Rogers as a lefty, and I was like, "Hey."
Anyways, no, he switched.
Speaking of a catcher, Carson Kelly has been raking, dude. 389 average, and 18 at bats with 7 hits, 2 extra base hits. Just a guy who's been absolutely raking. Jake Rogers. Actually has not been doing too bad. His average sucks, but he's hitting for power, so that's cool. Yeah. Which is kind of what I expect. That's what he's always been.
Jake Rogers does.
That's Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers is a dude that strikes out 7,000 times but hits like 20 home runs, and you're like, he's got a cool mustache. I'm okay.
He's got a cool mustache. It's fine.
Next up, Jace Young, 12th overall pick 2 years ago. He's been playing well, 375 average and 16 at-bats, 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. I will take it. Another guy I'm absolutely in love with, and I think he'll be the starting shortstop by the time the season's over, or like halfway through, at least he better be, is Edis Leonard. Now, there's a special place in my heart for Edis Leonard because dude was stuck in the Dodgers organization for like 3 years. So I watched him play in the Loons for like the past like 3-4 years. And he finally got his chance, got traded. By traded, I mean the Tigers gave the Dodgers a little bit of money and they sent him over. And so I think it's sick, and I think he's got a little spark now. Young guy. I've been watching him for like 3 years now in the Loons. It's crazy.
I've seen him a couple times.
He's been raking. 348 with 8 hits, 2 Ks. That's it. In 23 at-bats.
You know what's so depressing, though?
What up?
That I go to, like, lug nuts.
Lug nuts suck.
The A's organization. I get the A's organization.
It used to be the Blue Jays, and then they got traded.
You get the Dodgers organization.
Yeah, it's kind of sick. A's. It's kind of sick. The Dodgers minor league team's like 5 minutes from my house. So sick.
Yeah.
Anyways, and also just shout out Riley Green and Parker Meadows, also doing well. Nothing extravagant, but doing well. Now into some fears. Now, Kerry Carpenter did just hit a home run, so I'm a little bit I feel a little bit better now. But he's only before this game today, he's batting 143 with 7 Ks in 14 at bats. So not great. Next up, Spencer Torkelson. He's kind of scaring me a little bit.
He's fine.
I hope we don't have to wait till July again till he starts raking. I hope it's like now. Especially because I made a whole freaking long video about how I thought he's going to be the best player on the Tigers, and he literally has the worst average on the team. Well, second worst out of all the starters. Yeah. The problem with Spencer right now is he got 9 Ks. That's not good. Next up, Akil Baddoo. Now, I'm kind of done with Akil Baddoo. I don't know about you. I'm just kind of over it.
Buddy is still riding the hype from his first swing as a Tiger.
Yeah.
First swing being
So, 167 and 18 at-bats with 11 Ks is nuts. And also, Urshela and Mark Hanna and Colt Keith aren't doing too hot. Colt Keith's not doing too bad. Plus, he's a rookie, so like I'll cut him a little slack. But these veteran guys like Urshela and Canna, I expect to do a little bit more. And then I actually added a special category called the rear, aka booty, where there's one guy, and I'm gonna read you a stat line. I don't want you to guess who it is. His average, 0.45. On base, 0.80. And his slugging, 0.45. So he's batting 125. Is that right?
His OPS.
His OPS is 125. That makes more sense. I was like, hold on. It's got to be less than that. In 22 ABs, so he's got one hit and 11 Ks. Can you take a guess who it is?
Let me guess. He's also got 2, maybe 3 RBIs.
I don't even know.
And not a single one has come from that one hit.
I don't even know.
It is our
It's called doing a job.
Shortstop. The highest paid player on our team. The greatest signing that everybody thought we did back 2 years ago. Javier Baez.
So I did some math and I kind of wanted to just compare some contract numbers. I was looking at all the Cheers guys that I did. So like McKinstry, Banez, Kelly, Young, Eddie Leonard, Riley, and Parker. If you add all of their contracts up, it still doesn't come close to 1 year of hobbies. Because these guys have all signed for like a decent signing bonus, but then like are taking like 600, 700K a year. And so it doesn't even come close.
The way you react when I mention Max Clark is the way I react when you say something about Javier Baez, because it makes me want to punch something.
Yeah, honestly, in whatever league Max Clark is playing in right now, I don't even know what it is. I don't even think he's doing that bad. It's just, I think he's doing good actually from what I've been seeing. But I can't get over the fact that Wyatt Langford is the best hitter in baseball right now. I just can't get over it. I can't get over it, man. We literally. All right, I need to. Pitching.
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah,
I know we mentioned this earlier. The Desmond Ritter trade, the Cardinals sent over Rondale Moore. That officially came out.
That's it.
So,
nice.
I think there was something else, but it might have been straight up player for player Rondale Moore.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
get into some pitching here. Pitching has been pretty good since the first 2 games. First 2 games were brutal. We give them 22 runs and then 10 runs or something. I mean, whatever. But we're 8th in ERA, 6th in WHIP, 1st in opponent average, 1st in Ks, which is huge. 25th in home runs, 28 in walks. Whatever. Those don't matter. But yeah, some cheers, guys. A guy that we have been high on since last year, and I will say this with confidence, is we have been absolutely riding him. Well, Paul.
Yes, sir. I've been spinning on it.
Bo Breesky, in 7.2 innings pitched, he's given up 0 runs, 0.26 whip, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. Excited for him to be that middle reliever guy for us, that long reliever guy. Next up, Tariq Skubal, 2024 AL Cy Young winner, especially now that Garrett Cole's out for a while. He's going to win. In 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 0.4 whip, 1 walk, and 8 Ks in 5 innings. That's kind of good.
A little.
Kenta Maeda, 9 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 1.22 whip, 4 walks, 10 Ks. W signing. Joey Wentz, ironically, has literally the exact same stat line as Kenta Maeda. 9 innings,
like walks, strikeouts, and everything?
No. So hits given up is a little different, but everything else is literally the same. ERA. These things I hear, 9 innings pitched, 2 ERA, 1.22 whip, 4 walks, 10 Ks, all the same. Next, Alex Faedo. Dude, might be him. 8 innings pitched. He got a higher ERA of 2.25, but that's like not high still. 0.63 whip, 0 walks, and 12 Ks. He might be that middle reliever guy too. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
The rest of our relievers suck though, so they might have to take that extra
Yeah.
step. And then Jackson Job's him. We watched him pitch.
Just
Dude
gassed up 103 the other day.
Dude, I think it was 102, but still,
just
I
gas.
love it.
Kind
of took the MLB by storm that day. And yeah, that's it for the cheers, guys. Fears, guys. I'm scared. Tyler Holton. I think last year was a little bit of a fluke. I don't know. We'll see. 5 innings pitched, 5.4 ERA, 1 whip, 1 walk, and 7 Ks. Not bad. Like, still okay. Like, I'm not going to lie. He's fine. He'll be fine. Casey Mize, he's shoving right now, so that's good. Before this, he was not. And I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the injury and coming back and everything. But he's dealing today. So, actually, he might be through another inning now. We'll see.
Casey Mize was like the second...
He just got through. Oh no, yeah, he just got through another. I'm just reading what happened. It says Trent Grisham triples, and then we get a strikeout double play. Oscar Gonzalez strikes out, and Trent Grisham was picked off at third by Carson Kelly. I want to see that clip. I should have it.
I'm sure you
actually. But yeah, so Casey Mize is through 4 innings now, so that's good. 2 hits, so he's doing better. But then here's the guys I'm worried about have been awful. Alex Lang, Chafin, Jason Foley, and Will Vest all have a 7 ERA or higher. Lang shows some promise with 7 Ks and only 3 innings pitched, but the other 3 I'm like scared for because they don't really have anything. Just giving up bombs and walk back to the bullpen, baby.
Giving up bombs and moms.
All right. Do you have any comments on this this? Oh my god, Tigers spring training?
No, it's hard to take much from spring training just because it's obviously guys that aren't going to be in the league this year facing other guys that might not be in the league. Like, obviously you have your starters playing, but then you also have guys that are going to be on your AAA roster and AA roster and like some rookies that are just going to be sitting for a little bit. But so it's hard to judge some stuff off spring training. My biggest thing is our bullpen has looked atrocious, and it's against what is supposed to be these AAAers.
Yeah.
But everything else, I think we might see Jackson Job at some point this year. I know people are projecting him 2025, but I have a strong feeling that we will see Jackson Job by the end of this year. Javier Baez needs to get cut, and I really don't care. Just pay him out, lose a whole bunch of money. Just pay it out. Get him out of here. Honestly, unless he just comes into the regular season and absolutely takes the Tigers by storm and just starts nuking balls.
Have you seen his swing? It's not even like it's a dude in a slump. It's like a dude is clueless and doesn't know how to swing a baseball bat. Like, I watched his hit the other day, and it was one of the ugliest hits I've ever seen in my life. It was like low. Yeah. It was like a low slider. And he just like chunked it out to left field. It was a lefty slider too, so it wasn't even a real slider. It was one that's breaking into. It wasn't. Don't get too excited that bro hit a right-handed slider. He didn't. It was left-handed. But he just kind of chunked it out to left. I was like, what are we doing? Like, your swing is so absurdly ugly. Like, what are we doing? Figure it out.
Yeah.
But
so we'll see what happens. It's tough to say with spring training, in my opinion. I think we see the first like 2 weeks of the regular season, and that's when we come back and truly are like, okay, these guys are going to like be consistent. These guys are going to be on the higher end. These guys are going to be on the lower end. That's when I think we come back. It's like 2 weeks. Speaking of not being consistent at all this entire season, let's talk about the Pistons.
No, they've been consistent.
Consistently.
Yes. But recently, no, they haven't. They're 2-0 in the last 2 games.
Yeah, we have back-to-back wins. We're 3-4 in the last 4 games. The Pistons are getting hot. And speaking of this, I saw something on Bleacher Report saying that we were eliminated from the playoffs. Technically, we are not eliminated yet.
Whatever.
So, the
Our
Pistons-
odds have to be like 0.00001% based on everything that you're saying.
So the Pistons have
We
to
have to win out.
every
We have to win out.
The Hawks
Have to lose out.
win.
No, the Hawks have to lose out. Yeah.
No, the Hawks literally cannot win another game. The Nets can only win. They have to win 3 or less, and it might even be 2 or less because they probably have the head-to-head against us. Toronto can only win like 5 games, and the Hornets can only win 12 games,
Which they're not going to do.
but we have a chance.
There is a chance.
I just can't believe that there's 2 teams already eliminated from the playoffs and the Pistons still aren't.
We're not the worst, baby.
Yeah. But no. Dude.
So, yeah, I was going to say, the Pistons are hot, but let's just forget the stats, forget everything. I have no stats on here. But can we make a push? I don't know what we're pushing for, but can we make a push? And then what if I told you our next 5 games are Heat, Celtics, Pacers, Celtics? Oh, my gosh. Just 3 of the best teams in the East.
See, but yeah, there's no chance. There's no shot.
We have to win out. What are we talking about? Why are we still talking? This would be the most
Caitlin
Pistons.
Clark,
This would be the most.
2024.
This would be the most Pistons thing to do. Is once like you're eliminated from the playoffs, you just win every game, and then you just screw your lottery chance. I guess it's a lottery, so like you can't. We get screwed every year, anyways, with the lottery.
Caitlin Clark.
At this point,
Caitlin Clark.
At this point, I'm legitimately like not even going to be upset if we draft Caitlin Clark. Sorry,
She'd be
Indiana.
the best shooter on the team.
Yeah, that's facts. I would actually like not even be mad. We get so much publicity, and
So now, wait, time
It
out.
can't be any
So
worse.
obviously, there's an NBA league minimum, and then there's a WNBA league minimum. So would we have to pay her the NBA league
Yes.
minimum or the WNBA league minimum?
that's the stupidest question I've ever heard.
But
That would literally be the definition of sexism. You just said. What you just said is the definition of sexism.
I promise, guys, it's a joke. I am not.
Even though she's playing in the NBA, let's give her the WNBA league minimum, which is what, minimum wage? It's got to be close.
I promise, guys, it's a joke. I am not misogynistic.
Oh my god! Honestly, it would be sick. It would be sick to draft her. I'd be down because this draft class sucks. It's actually not that bad. I think.
I think
there's no superstars.
There's no like Wemby in it, and there's no. I don't even know. Like
That's
Yeah.
it. This
There's no
last draft
Wemby.
class sucked too. Yeah, I don't really know. Duran had a 2020 game last night. Like I want to be excited, but like
3-1-3
I want to be
day.
excited, but like why? Like what's there to be excited about?
James Wiseman right now has been playing hot. He's playing ferocious. He's been a dog in that paint, postering people. Fontecchio, let me tell you, camera focus. Fontecchio playing consistent, very, very consistent. Sasser had a good game yesterday. It's about
He did.
Marcus Sasser. Cade still playing like a well-rounded superstar. We need another piece to actually back him up, and just literally anything on this team. I think a Bulldog would go out. You know, have you seen Airbud? I think Airbud would have
Draft
this
Airbud.
Pistons team. Anyway, boys are buzzing right now on the Pistons. Yeah.
Oh, we have to talk about the interaction between Troy Weaver and the fan.
Oh my God, dude.
Troy Weaver would kick this fan out of the stadium for just saying that he wasn't good at his job.
One of the 15 fans that were probably attending this game because of how atrociously bad we are because of Troy Weaver, who drafted Killian Hayes
That's disgusting.
over Tyrese Halliburton.
Hey, I will say, though, I am proud of the team for making moves at the deadline and not just riding it out. Like, you had to try something, and I don't know. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
We have
I don't really know.
Remember after the deadline what we said?
Yeah, this team will get to 20 wins, I think I said. 21 or 22 wins.
I think we said 25.
No. There's no way I said 25.
25 might have been before the season.
Yeah, it was, because our line was set at like 23 or something. I was like, there's no way we go under that shit.
When we win out, we won't be under it. We'll be in the playoffs because the Hawks are losing out.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go find a bridge.
I'm going to go study some Max Clark film.
Oh my god. There's not much out there. I already tried to look. Look up Wyatt Langford film. There's 17 billion videos of him hitting a nuke. Oh my god.
Trust the process. Trust the process. All right, guys, that looks like it's going to be it from us today. Check us out over on Motown Madness on YouTube. We'll be filming some trivias this week. We'll be pumping out some more videos. Also,
brackets.
March Madness bracket challenge is coming.
We'll do brackets.
Somehow, Caleb got away with not doing a punishment so far for
facts.
The NFL Pick'ems. Honestly, don't know. Maybe, you know what? Since he lost NFL Pick'ems, he's got to pay for the Airbnb in Detroit for the draft night. I agree.
We're getting an Airbnb?
I don't know. We're getting something. Rebecca's hot. Go check out Sketch.
Check Tuesday.
Check Tuesday. This got to be the most wild outro of all time.
What are we
No, but go check us over on Motown Madness.
Actually, do check Motown Madness on Tuesday, because that's probably when brackets will be posted.
Yeah, probably.
Check Tuesday.
Check Tuesday. Check us out on Instagram over at motown.madness. Check us out on TikTok, motown.madness. It's right there above Caleb's thing. I'll have one in my room hopefully soon. But it's going to be it from us. I think we out of here. Peace.
If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to never miss another video of ours. Check out our Instagram at motown.madness for daily posts and content all about Detroit sports. And check out our TikTok, motown.madness, for clips and highlights of each episode.